Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Walaikum salam, Akbar bhai. Thank you.
Walaikum assalam.
So this is our guest, Muhammad Akbar Hossain. So I'm happy. I'm lucky just to call him my friend, my brother, and my well wisher, and whatnot. He's also John Maxwell certified trainer, speaker, and coach. Settled in US. Happy parents, and also he's working a company called Shake. If you know this, so this is company's product that he has gifted me. And this packet is still intact. If you can see this. So this is they
You
are the
didn't
Gillett's
open it yet,
competitors.
Bhaiya?
So if you can say, I have yet to open it. So this is the intact packet. See, it has a razor, it has a shaving cream, it has a blade. Just like it is Gillette's super competitor globally. So Akbar bhai, he is actually managing a big production facilities and plant in US. I think one of the biggest plant of Chic. So Akbar bhai, this is the troops from CKH networks, next gen leaders. I'm requesting everybody to also shut down the microphone. Or Shahriar, could you please switch off the others' microphone except Akbar bhai and mine? So
So
everybody give a round of applause again for
thank
Akbar
you
bhai.
so
Let's
much.
begin.
Thank you. Thank you. So I am a Bangladeshi as well, and I came to the United States when I was 28 years old. So I struggle a lot over here. Started with a very little amount of money, and coincidentally I was in manufacturing, quality, and leadership, and I started loving it. Before I came to the United States, I was a lecturer of English in BAF Shine College, Dhaka. You guys know as close to Mohakali, Jahangir Gate. So my passion was always teaching. So what I'm doing right now with you guys is my passion. It's not like that I am making money. And another interesting thing is that to work with Kamrul Bhai, and he cordially took me as his brother. So this is an honor. Thank you, Kamrul Bhai, to be with you. So I came to the United States. I'm telling a little bit of my story, how I struggle, because I think that that will inspire you guys. And then because without struggle, nobody grew. And I heard from my brother Kamrul Bhai that how he sacrificed to come here to develop you guys, that he sacrificed a great job, and he sacrificed a lot of things to be with you guys and to love the country, to multiply his leadership in the country. So I actually came from a very humble background. When I was coming to the United States, I didn't have much money. I had $7,000 loan back home in the country, and I had $670 when I was getting out of John F. Kennedy Airport in the United States. I had a pregnant wife with me. I didn't know where I was going. I had 4 people waiting for my money in Bangladesh. So that was the situation, and I didn't have a job. So from there, I came up to this, and I started a job, and I realized that actually if I want to be a competent American or competent worker in America, I really had to study. So I actually hid all of my certificates from Bangladesh, and I started from the very beginning of my bachelor's degree. Another bachelor's degree I did right here. And I didn't even transfer anything because I wanted to see how Americans study and how Americans grow. So I did that, as well as, and later I did my associate degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree. I'm in a second master's degree. So, and I have 11 years of experience in working corporate in different level of quality and manufacturing. So gradually, when I started thinking, realizing, understanding, and loving this leadership, that I realized that now it is little time to, I need to make some time to pay back to my nation where I grew. So this is where I am. So it's a kind of like a freelancer. I have been teaching and training side by side with my job. And coincidentally, I met this great man, Mr. Coach Kamrul Hassan, and I'm very grateful to him. He took me, he invited me into his family. So this is a great honor for me, and to be with you guys, and to be with this great platform, Mr. Kamrul Hassan's network. So I know he is doing great work. So I don't want to waste time by telling my stories. And so there are a lot of stories like that behind every leader who grew, and they sacrificed a lot. They actually worked hard a lot. If you go behind Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, President Obama, or Jack Ma, any great leader who developed their leadership, who grew as a leader, great businessman, there is a painful journey they went through. So they sacrificed a lot. Jeff Bezos of Amazon, he actually quit a great job he was doing in New York and started that Amazon company. President Obama, he had a great job in New York and he quit that job too. So, and he started in a started a career in an NGO in Chicago only for 13,000 US dollar per year, but he was earning more than 100,000 before that, because he knew that he wanted to join politics. So if he wanted to join politics, actually he wanted to be with the people. So it doesn't matter what kind of leader you become, you have to be with the people. So he wanted to have a job where he can connect people. So this is the story. So I'll get to the, if I get permission from Mr. Kamrul Hassan, then I can get to the course. And this is called
Please,
5 levels of
please,
leadership. So
please,
this,
please,
I'm
please
gonna talk
go
about
ahead.
a little bit about this course. Is that this is developed by John Maxwell, and John Maxwell is my teacher and Mr. Kamrul Hassan's teacher as well. So this course actually tells you when you get a new position, doesn't matter what it is. It could be that you are a manager, you can be a president, you can be a priest in the church or in the mosque, like so. So it tells you how you can grow your leadership from the very beginning. It has 5 levels to grow. So this is developed by John Maxwell, and I'm gonna start this. And first, I want to talk about something about leadership, how leaders think, and I have some slides to share, Kamalbhai.
Please, please. I think slide share after.
Right. So, okay, let's go for it. So this is called 5 levels of leadership. Uh, so 5 levels of leadership. So one leader from the very beginning, after he gets his position and to get to the pinnacle of his leadership, he has to actually climbs the 5 ladders of the stair. So this is my little bio. I'm Muhammad Akbar Hossain, went through a painful journey, and I am educated here, and I also have expertise in quality management. I'm teaching some quality management stuff, so I don't want to bother you guys with this. So I'm learning. First, think about who is the leader. Why I'm not talking or saying a manager. We have been hearing that like people are managing things. Actually, leadership is, even though it's an old topic, but people started realizing that people need to be leader more than a manager since early 80s, 1980. So let's think about what John Quincy Adams, the 6th president of the United States, how he was thinking about leadership. So leaders always go beyond their work schedule. They go outside the box. So that's what he was thinking. If your action inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, to become more, then you are a leader. You see that the word more is repeated again and again, again and again. To dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. Because history will make you a great person if you do more. Think about President George Washington. So when they were signing the Declaration of Independence, he didn't sign the Declaration of Independence. That day, he told all other leaders that you guys sign, but I want to be with in the war field. I want to be with the people. He wanted to do more. He had the right to sign Declaration of Independence first, but he didn't sign. He wanted to be with the people. Look at here, history made him #1 in American history. even though he didn't sign. There is no signature on Declaration of Independence. So this is how leaders work. They always do more. So when you want to be a leader in any field, it doesn't matter what kind of job you choose, what kind of field you choose. You want to be a software engineer, you have to be an expert leader software engineer. You have to be you want to be an accountant, you have to be actually number one accountant, or managing the accountant, leading the accountant, and helping them to do more and become more. So my guru, John Maxwell, and of course my Kamalbai's guru as well, he thinks leadership this way. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, shows the way. This is very, very important to think. There are three factors. A leader who knows the way. That means before you train someone, before you do something for someone in something or on something, you have to know that very, very well. So you are teaching software engineering, you are developing someone's leadership, you have to know the subject very, very well. So before you lead someone, before you train someone, first lead yourself, improve yourself. That's the most important thing. Then leader goes the way. Leader actually show that he is capable of doing that work. He can do this, and he leads by example, and he shows the way. Then he trains the people, then he tells the people. Because if you don't believe in what you want to train others or telling others to do, they're not going to follow you, because people do not do what you say, people do what you do. Remember one thing, this is the key point of a leader. People do not do what you say, people do what you do. Another $1 million question is that, are the leaders born or made? So that question was asked to John Maxwell also. He answers in a very funny way. He said, of course leaders are born. Without being born, how they became, how they how they were educated, and how they became leader. So leaders have to be born definitely, but not this way, the way people think. So there is no talented person, there is no genius person, but there are focused person. Only there are two types of people in the world: focused, and the people are not focusing. There are only two types of people. So leaders are not born, leaders are made. Every leader, because they were focused. You will see, if you look at the other leaders, they failed a lot, they struggled a lot. So Thomas Alva Edison had to try 9,001 times to make the bulb you are using right now. So he failed 9,000 times. That's how he became the inventor of the light bulb. Look at here, things are not easy. Becoming a leader in a field is not easy. So every single person, if you go to any leader, any famous leader, you will see that they struggled. They made a lot of mistakes. They failed a lot, but they grew because they had focus, and they went through a brutal discipline. They never stopped. Nothing demotivated them. They were always focused. But if leaders were born, when the kids are born, nurse is gonna tell you that congratulations, you've got a leader, but this is not gonna happen, right? So all these leaders I'm seeing here, they were not born. They were definitely born out of parents. They were not born as leaders. They were made. Look at Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, a great leader, my really favorite person, Mr. Warren Buffett, who had the courage to write a personal check of 33 billion US dollar to a charity. Can you imagine that, how big heart he has? And he also already made a will that all his money will go to the people. It's not these monies are not going to his children. He even didn't give job to his children. So because he want his children also to grow up the way he grew up. So one thing you have to understand, that how leaders are made: necessity, preparation, situation, environment make leaders. Like if there was not a situation, there was not an environment and necessity, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was not created. He wouldn't be the leader the way he became. There was a necessity and he stepped in. So there are two criteria that there will be a necessity, and you have to catch that momentum, and then you have to step forward, and then you are going to be born as a leader. So most important thing, you have to have a growth mindset, open mindset, that you will keep learning, because if you stop learning, you stop growing. So when you stop growing, you stop learning, you do not become a valuable person in a company or in an organization, in a country. You become an obstacle because you are not growing anymore. When you are not growing, your team are not growing. It's not growing because your team, your business, your followers, they follow you, they go behind you. So when you are not moving forward, they cannot move forward. You are becoming a lead on their progress. So if you want to stay as a leader, die as a leader, and you want to be alive even after your death, you have to have a growth mindset. Keep learning. Do not worry about failure, mistakes. Keep growing, keep learning. Leadership is visual. I already talked about that. People do not do what you say. People do what you actually do. Because if you say something but do differently, people are not gonna have a trust on you, because the trust is a glue between the leadership and their followers. If you lose the trust, you lose the people right away. The people you will lead, the people you will teach, the people you will manage, they will not be with you. Even though you are seeing them in front of you, they are not gonna be with you because they will lose trust. So you have to keep the trust by doing and saying, and that has to be alike. What you are saying, it has to be reflected what you are doing. Leader always continually progresses. So leader always learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because when we are learning, sometimes we are learning something is a garbage. When I was studying for admission test in the for the university to get an admission in Bangladesh University. I had to learn, I had to memorize that what is the capital of Chile, Argentina. That's a garbage knowledge. I don't need it, but they required me to learn it. And I had to memorize the currency. What is the currency of Argentina? That is very silly. So sometimes you will see that on your way, you will learn something that you don't really need. So you have to learn how to unlearn. This is the hardest part of a leader. You can learn a lot of things. Knowingly, unknowingly, you are learning a lot of things, but you have to learn how to unlearn, delete it. Think about when you write an email or you are writing a letter to somewhere. What you are doing? First, you write a sentence. Sometimes you completely delete it if you don't need it, or you are correcting some words, or you are rewriting it. So you have to learn, you have to unlearn, you have to relearn. Please write 3 words down. So you have to repeat this process, and as a leader you will never stop learning. So
Excuse me, sir.
before I yes
Will you please explain the unlearn topic? Clearly, I couldn't understand it totally.
Okay, so let me explain to you. So on the way,
Yeah,
let
record
first
properly
give that
আসছে না?
analogy again. Let's think about it. You are writing a letter. So when you are writing a letter somewhere or email, when you are writing it, you don't like
তো ওগুলো দিয়ে
everything you
খাই
write and you correct it.
ওই যে
Please,
আলু
can
ভাজা
you
ইয়া
can you please mute your
Please switch off
mic?
আলু
others
ভাজা
mic,
আর
Shahriar.
ইয়ের সাথে যেটা
Shahriar,
Mr.
please.
Ujjwal Chandra Roy, Mr. Ujjwal Chandra Roy, would you mind to mute your mic, Mr. Ujjwal Chandra Roy?
Okay, thank you. Akbar, sorry. Please continue.
Akbar bhai, you can request you to unmute, please.
Okay.
আকবর ভাই
Sorry about
আপনারটা
that.
আনমিউট করতে হবে।
জি আমি করেছি, এখন শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
Yes, listening there.
So when you are writing an email or you're writing a letter, first you write a sentence. Sometimes you see that you didn't like it. There are some words need to be corrected, some grammars need to be corrected, or sometimes you are rewriting the complete sentence. So on our way, we learn a lot of things. Think about your school journey, 12 years of up to high school, up to intermediate journey. Over there, you learn a lot of things you really don't use. You really don't try to use it, or you don't need it really. So the thing you don't need it, because your memory, you are not supposed to. If you have a pen drive or flash drive, you don't want to put unnecessary things over there, because you are killing the memory over there. On the other hand, you also not gonna find it very easily if you have too much unnecessary stuff right there. So you are gonna delete the file you don't need. You have to really delete it, and you have to really take some file inside that pen drive or flash drive what you need. So this is the process for your learning also. When you learn, you're going to learn something. Let's say I'm teaching you something all day today. It doesn't mean that every single thing you might need it. So think about it, like, let's say I teach you 10 things, and you thought that for your work over there 7 things are necessary, 3 things you don't need it really. So delete it if you don't need it. So take some other knowledge up to this space. So this is the process about learn, unlearn, and relearn. So another thing is the law of the lead. This is the most important thing, and John Maxwell and especially many other leaders, when they open their training about leadership, they actually open with this one. So when you're looking at this picture, inside the jar, the person, visualize that person is a team or the followers. The jar itself is a leader. The outside the jar is a leader. So there is a lead. So this person cannot even stand up quite comfortably because the jar is smaller than his height. So what we have to do, if we want to give this person a chance to stand up comfortably straight, I have to really take the lead higher. So this is the law of the lead, is that leader always in the front, leader, so followers are behind. So look at me. I am going to, okay. So I'm going to close this PowerPoint and look at me. Let's say this is leader, this is leader, and this is the follower. So now follower is stuck. If leader is at 6 level, follower is at 5 level. So if you want the followers or the team wants to grow, what you have to do, leader has to grow first, because otherwise follower doesn't get space. So if leader grow up, and then follower can go higher. So when you are not growing yourself as a leader, your team is stuck under you. It's not growing anymore. So as a leader, you are supposed to be helper. You are supposed to be helping them to grow. Now, when you are not growing yourself, they cannot grow also. So you are becoming an obstacle. You are not helping them. You are becoming an obstacle. So when you become an obstacle, you are a dangerous person in the organization, because you are not letting the organization grow. So let's go to the picture again.
Even my objective is also they're trying to produce leaders, thousands of leaders we want to produce from CKH network and from next gen leader, so that you people actually go ahead and also transform the nation. So that's the ultimate objective. That's why I am actually bringing, different leadership people from across the world. And I believe that everybody has unique ability to contribute, and everyone's ability, if you can take some of them, some of the best things, some of their tools and techniques and ideas. And I hope and I pray and I believe that you would be matured as a leader when you go back to the community to serve, because our intention and our objective is actually to transform the entire nation within next couple of years. We want
I will
to
stop you. I will interrupt you a little bit. Can
please.
everyone shows their face? I want to take a picture. I want to keep this
Yes.
memory.
Sure.
So
Sure.
please carry on. Please
Sure.
show your
Let's
video.
everybody switch on the video.
Please. Please carry on, Kamal bhai. You carry on.
So our objective is within the next 2 to 3 years, at least 1 million students soft skill development and these are the first batch in the forefront. You'd be happy to know that already now we have 2,500 students who are learning online right now. I mean, in today's time, and within this month is going to 10,000 for, they would be joining online lessons, and these are the founder and leader who are going to enroll the batches from the hundreds of universities, and they have been given and entrusted to carry on this responsibility. So I'm really grateful to you, Akbar Bhai, for contributing into this journey and inspiring me and helping everybody in this course. I'm sure that in future I'm going to invite you more as a part of this developmental process. What we want actually, every regional coordinated development journey, we would invest at least 6 months developmental process, and from then on we would be assessing and then they can go back, and also they are going back now and they're going to enroll the batches and teaching. So it's a journey of transformation, and this is just a beginning. And I welcome and I congratulate everyone, and I wish you all the very best. Akbar Bhai, thank you again for your time and effort. And if some of you want to say just few words briefly to Akbar Bhai, please go ahead and say.
Well, can I talk to Mr. Akbar?
Thank you. Thank you so
well,
much.
It was
yeah.
very pleasant. It was very pleasant. First of all, good morning to you, and I hope you are safe and well at this circumstance. And we're really pleased to get you here. And it was lots of information we got from you, and hopefully, by Mr. Kamrul Hassan, we will come forward and we'll make a really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So before I go, I will say that this is a great initiative, and he's my brother now. I first day I got introduced, I requested him to make me as his brother and to work as a brother. So I am seeing Bangladesh, and great Bangladesh I always aspired for, I always hope for. This is a great initiative. It really makes me moved in my mind that this is something great happening. Things are happening, happening, and Kamrul Bhai sacrificed a lot. Sacrifice is always the thing. I'm not saying I'm great. I want to give you an example. Today my wife is at work. So I have 2 little kids. I somehow convinced them, I prepared them and convinced them they are in the upstairs. They don't know that I am lecturing this. If my little one, 3 years old, knows that he's gonna rush here. So I convinced them, and I trained my 11 years old how she can convince him not to come to the downstairs. So it's a little sacrifice. I'm not saying I'm a great person, but I'm saying you have to sacrifice to do something, because this is a crisis time. This is the best time to show leadership, right, Kamrul Bhai? This is the best time, because crisis tests leaders, and if you cannot be leaders in this time, you cannot be in other time. This is the best time to prove. You will see that this is testing existing leaders, and there are a lot of growing leaders. You are seeing some WET students. There is a lady, manufacturing lady. She is making PPE for the people, for the doctors, for the nurses. This is a great thing. Some people are coming out, and I see a lot of young people are coming out to help all these things. And get to my Facebook. I'm Kamrul Bhai every day is posting a small video to inspire the people. It is totally voluntary. If you can go and learn, not only me and Kamrul Bhai, go if there are other leadership available to learn from online. So everywhere, please learn. And I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for Bangladesh mainly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We want to see you soon. Thank you. It was great and lovely. Gratitude and my respect.
Can you just show us the level of leadership again? Just the 5 steps, the 5 levels.
Okay.
So what I want, Akbar Bhai, maybe you can share the slides for our students.
Yes.
That would be helpful.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you, just one thing I want to show you mainly, that if you take that picture, so this is the main thing. Yes. And also, if you get to online, there are lots of information about 5 levels of leadership, hundreds of information.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and in YouTube there is 2 videos on this. John Maxwell did in Kuwait. So part 1 and
Okay.
part 2. You can learn
Okay.
from it also. So okay, no, sorry. I actually didn't want to this one. Okay. I'll tell you this topic.
Well, can I just interrupt here? I know it's a leadership session that we have been here, but can I just have a question? I think anybody can answer, Mr. Akbar or Kamrul Hassan. Like we are talking about the leadership, but what about the CGPA? Like in the current market, what the companies, what the industries are referring and wanting to have a CGPA with the leadership skills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now what?
can I answer that question, Kamar bhai?
Please.
Okay. So
Please.
yeah, in Bangladeshi perspective, I saw that grade is very important for resume, but the grade you have, it only works in your resume. It takes you to the interview. Interview is something you have to really prove yourself. Even CGPA helped you to get a job. You have to prove yourself. If you don't prove yourself, as soon as they find you that you are not the right person, they thought, as they hired you with an aspiration, with a hope, but as soon as they find you, you are not the right person, they will de-hire you. So at the end, the knowledge and leadership will be with you, not the CGPA. Trust me, I have GPA 4 out of 4 in my bachelor's degree. I have 3.97 in my MBA out of 4. But does it really matter? I don't see really matter at that. Yesterday I was looking at my portfolio. It is in a folder, but knowledge is in my mind. So the leadership will go with you. CGPA will be in your resume and in your folder. So carry leadership with you. Keep your resume, the CGPA in your resume.
Exactly,
Okay.
I agree
Hello.
with you.
Please. Hello.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
Sir, yeah.
Very
Can I
good
add
answer.
something? Okay, sir. Can I add something with Amir Shakim Bhai in this topic?
Please.
Sure.
Yeah. The thing that I want to say there, there are lots of students and lots of people that who have very unique and best leadership skill. Like you are saying something, saying that the CGPA doesn't matter. Like in our environment, we see that if someone have less CGPA but he have a very good leadership skill, like lots of people from his neighbors, from his friends, always try to say that you're being a great leader in that work, in this work, but your CGPA, that you are very loser in education. Like how could he can cope up with that situation?
Okay, so the situation is that you have to, I can give you an example. I have a friend, he is the regional manager of Toyota in Abu Dhabi. Trust me, he was the worst student in our high school batch. And he used to fail in math and English all the time. The first time he passed in math in the high school exam in SSC. And he took admission in Kaptai, Swedish Polytechnic, because he didn't get chance in any of the colleges in Chittagong City. So think about it. What he did, he never stopped. He grew himself with that second division or CGPA, whatever you say. That what he did, he went there and he learned. He was an arts student in SSC, but he studied automobile in his diploma engineering. After that, you know what he did? He came to Chittagong and he hid his certificate and he took job in Tata, Tata truck and all this.
Yeah.
He joined as a mechanic. He didn't tell them he has a degree. And he went inside the truck and used to be very black, like after working with this. And those mechanics used to always yell at him, like say bad thing about him. But he used to learn. But he was learning. After that, he used to go to FM method. He was very weak in English, learn little bit. And then that's how he was going online, learning little bit, going like this. After that, he took a job in Tata, but it's a very technician level. Then he went to Dubai. He went to Dubai with a tourist visa, applied for job. They also give a very minor mechanic job. And there he was working. He came back to Bangladesh, took admission in a degree college. So he took admission and he went back to Dubai. He was working over there. He used to come only during the test time, and he passed that. After that, he took admission in an Indian university in Dubai for MBA, and he learned from the people. I cannot tell all the stories, we don't have time.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he grew in such a way that failure boy, he's the most successful right now in our batch. Do you want to hear how much he earned? His monthly salary is 15,000 US dollar.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
But the first
In Dubai.
boy who had wonderful CGPA, 2 double star, second class first from Chittagong University. He's a university teacher, but his salary is maybe 65,000. Not only that,
Yes.
Javed, my friend, who was the worst student, he's paying $3,500 tuition every single month for his 2 children in a Cambridge school in Abu Dhabi that is conducted by all British teachers from England. I'm
Wow.
telling you, ওই তোমাদের 3 Idiots মুভিটা দেখেছো? ওখানে আমির খান বলেছিল যে কোন কোম্পানিতে আছে যারা ইনসানকে জব দেয়, মেশিনকে না।
Yes. Yes.
So there are companies. Don't lose the heart. If a company doesn't hire you, the other company. But as soon as they find your potential. Trust me, you're gonna go up. You're gonna rock. Is those CGPA really doesn't matter. বড় ভাই বড় বোনের নোট মুখস্থ করতাম আমরা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে। আমি একেবারে খাঁটি বাংলায় বলছি, রাইট কামরুল ভাই? ইন দ্য ইউনিভার্সিটি বড় ভাইয়ের নোট, বড় আপুর নোট ফটোকপিয়ার থেকে কেরানি থেকে নিয়ে লাইব্রেরিয়ান থেকে ফটোকপি করে। That is not education. Education what develops you. Okay, so as soon as the right leaders find you, you're gonna rock. In Bangladesh also, I didn't have any relatives. My father even couldn't give me 5,000 taka when I was coming to Dhaka, and I applied in BF Hossain College, Dhaka. I worked in American Embassy. I came from a very ordinary university. I was from International Islamic University, Chittagong. At that time, people were ignoring private universities. People don't care about private universities. যখনই আমি বলতাম আমি ইসলামিক ইউনিভার্সিটিতে, তারা নাক ছিটকাইতো। আমি ঢাকায় যখন ইন্টারভিউ দিতে আসি, আমার পাশে যখন ঢাকা ইউনিভার্সিটি দেখি, জাহাঙ্গীরনগর, নর্থ সাউথ, আমি তখন চিন্তা করা শুরু করি যে আমি কেনই বা আসছি, আমার গাড়ি ভাড়াগুলোই তো লস। আমার এটাই মনে হয়েছে। But I became first in 1,200 people in American Embassy. And আমার সাথে যখন ঢাকা BF Hossain কলেজ ঢাকার মধ্যে যখন লেকচারার পজিশনের জন্য দেয়, ট্রাস্ট মি, পার্ট 2 শেষ করে ফেলেছে পিএইচডি তে ঢাকা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে। There was a person, but I became first in demonstration, written and interview. What I'm going to tell you, you have chances to prove yourself. Do not say that Bangladeshe শুধু ওই মামা বাগিনা জব হয়। That's not right. বাংলাদেশেও মানুষ প্রুভ করছে। আমাদের মেট্রনিকের যে সিইও ওমর ইশরাক, he's a Bangladeshi. He studied his high school intermediate from Bangladesh. The Subir Chaudhary, the 27th best management thinker world, he's a Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
Listen, and Google CEO, he's an Indian, not an American.
Yeah.
Pepsi CEO is an Indian, not an American. And like the Bill Gates doesn't have a degree. Even forget about CGPA, he doesn't have a degree also. The Facebook CEO doesn't have a degree.
Yeah.
So the worth is appreciated. The knowledge is appreciated.
Sir, can I
just to close it up?
I'm sorry to interrupt here. Can I just know about university? Is it from Chittagong International University or Kushtia?
Chittagong. I'm telling you, I'm from a private university. I was in Chittagong University.
I'm too. Okay. Anyways, thank you.
That's great. I was in Chittagong University in law department, but I didn't like that subject because I'm not that person to be a lawyer. So I quit from there. But when I was quitting, at the time, there was no chance. You know that the Bangladesh gives only 2 chances after intermediate to get admission in public university. So I was that unlucky, but you know what? That certificate also has no value. I see that only value has what I know.
Yeah.
You just a minute. So just showing you, but don't say I'm becoming proud. I'm just showing you.
No, it's fine.
Certificate after certificate, I can show you. It's all certificate, this side and that side, all this side. This is all certificates. How many you need? I can give you. I don't need this anymore. Look at here. I can go like I can go with this. This is all certificates. How many you need? I can give you. Right now, I don't need this. Trust me. Only I need knowledge. I realize that.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Please come over.
Absolutely, thank you. That's the message. আমরা এখন এমন একটা সময় এসেছি, সার্টিফিকেট আমার এখানে যাদেরকে আমি হায়ার করেছি, আমি কারো সার্টিফিকেট দেখতে চাই নাই, চাইও নাই, জিজ্ঞাসাও করি নাই, এবং জানতেও চাই না, ইভেন ইনক্লুডিং শাহরিয়ার। ইউ আস্ক হিম, জানতেও চাই নাই, সার্টিফিকেট কপি তো পরের কথা। এবং আমার এখানে এমনও আছে যে আসলে গ্রাজুয়েশনে কমপ্লিট করে নাই, শেষ হয় নাই, ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ আমি নাম বলবো না। সো মানে সার্টিফিকেট চাওয়া তো পরের কথা। সো গুগল সার্টিফিকেট, আমেরিকাতে সার্টিফিকেট চাইতেই পারে না লিগালি। ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ দ্য কম্পিটেন্সি দেন ইউ হায়ার মি, ইফ ইউ ডোন্ট হ্যাভ সে থ্যাংক ইউ। বাট কোথা থেকে, হ্যাঁ তাই না আকবর ভাই?
কথা বলি,
প্লিজ
আমার
বলেন
এক
না।
ফ্রেন্ড আইটিতে জব করেছে, পরে সে মাস্টার ডিগ্রি করেছে। তার ডিগ্রি ছিল টেক্সটাইল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এ। সে রেজিউমিতে লিখছে তার ডিগ্রি ছিল কম্পিউটার সায়েন্সে। He worked 7 years in a great company over here with that false resume. Then he studied computer science in master degree in Virginia Tech University. I'm giving you. I hope that friend is not gonna know you. So he totally lied in resume, and then he got the job and 7 years. Do you wanna hear how much his salary? 160,000, $1,60,000 a year. $1,60,000 with that false resume. But he had the skills. Don't say that he doesn't know. He's successfully. He relies
This is because of the skills,
Yeah, that's because of the skill.
because the company didn't ask for the certificate, and because
Please
they
don't
don't
lie.
need a
I'm not
certificate.
promoting lie over here. I'm not promoting lie over here. I'm just giving you an
We understood,
example.
sir.
Please.
We understood.
That's not
We
it.
understood it.
Yeah.
কারণ আসলে এই বর্তমান সময়ে সার্টিফিকেট ইজ জাস্ট আ পিস অফ পেপার, অ্যাবসলিউটলি ভ্যালুলেস। মানে এখন এভাবেই বলা যায়, আগামী দিনগুলোতে আরো বেশি। এখন এখানে স্কিল যা থাকবে সে সার্ভাইভ করবে, যা থাকবে না, you guys would realize it after 2 to 3 years, when you come into the job market, because of this grooming, and you see the difference between you and others. এটার জন্য জাস্ট একটু অপেক্ষা করতে হবে, এটা আর কিছু না। So with this, again I want to thank all of you, of course Akbar bhai and everyone যারা সময় দিয়েছে, ধৈর্য সহকারে শুনেছে। এবং
দেখাবো, আমি প্রাউড হওয়ার জন্য না, আমি বলতেছি সার্টিফিকেট যে আসলে ভ্যালুলেস। This is academic excellence award in that. So I am the only person in the entire business department. I got this academic excellence award because of my GPA 4. But does really it matter? In the beginning when I was looking for job, yeah, I was very proud to show. All that even I took this folder to my interview. Many of the leaders, they don't really want to see it. They want to hear from me what I know. Yeah, please.
Similar thing. When you go to the US embassy, even they don't, hardly they see the paper. They want to talk to you, just while giving the visa. As simple as that. So in the outside world, paper is a paper because you are the human being, and everybody wants to talk to the human being. How you talk, how you communicate, how you connect, and how you deliver, how you produce the result for the organization and business. That's the key. So certificate is again a bureaucratic things in a country, which is the bureaucrats keeps it because they need to do something. So anyway, with due respect, but the era is coming now. We are into this era. There is no more certificate needed.
Yeah, we hope
and
so.
you see the ওই যে ফ্রি যে প্ল্যাটফর্ম যেখানে কাজ করে, যেটা কি বলে, you earn while you working online. There are so many platforms, na? Fiverr,
freelancing.
they have the skills,
Yeah,
right? And nobody bothers about what is the certificate.
Do you know how much President Obama take for one speech? $300,000. One speech,
Speech.
$3 lakh. If you want to bring John Maxwell and his team for 2 days to Bangladesh, you really have to count 1 crore around, right? Kamrul Hassan bhai?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's the power of developing own self, and that is our mission and objective: developing individuals, developing own self. That's the leadership. Leadership is not the other thing, telling what to do others. Leadership is developing own self. So we will talk about it. You are in a journey, on a roller coaster journey on self development. We welcome you again, and thank you, Akbar bhai. I know your kids are on the upstairs, and we're grateful to you. Stay safe, stay well. We'll talk soon.
আমার জন্য দোয়া করবেন, আমি যেন দেশের জন্য আরেকটু বেশি করতে পারি আমার ইয়া থেকে, আর আমার জন্য দোয়া করবেন যাতে আমি চাকরিটা ছেড়ে দিতে পারি। আমি কামরুল ভাইকেও কথাটা বলছি, I am preparing to quit my job because I want to do my human part, the third part, the return, because I already
আমার সাথে চলে আসেন আকবর ভাই, no
জি
issues.
please, that's a great thing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's so strong.
ইনশাআল্লাহ।
Thank you so much, sir.
তো ঠিক আছে, ভালো থাকবেন সবাই,
Thank you.
আবার দেখা হবে ইনশাআল্লাহ।
Thank you everyone. Thank you for the happiness.
So
Sure,
can we
sir.
all
It was a
can
very
we all
great session.
give a thumbs up?
Very, very great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.
Let's have a photo with
Thank
thumbs
you.
up.
So through Kamrul bhai, you can get me in the Facebook. I'm trying to do something in the Facebook so that people can learn every day. I post video.
We will share your Facebook ID. We'll share your Facebook ID.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Allah
Thank you.
Hafiz.
Bye
Assalamu
bye.
alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.